and welcome to day 5 of your week of wax. Congratulations, you have made it to the 5th and final day. Well done, and I'm very excited that we are going to get stuck into making a beautiful ring today, and it's going to be a signet style ring. So these are a little bit more challenging for beginners, but you can absolutely do it. We're going to be working a bit more with the dimensions, making it even, making it symmetrical. There's a lot more measuring and bits and pieces like that, so it's a little bit more technical than the other bits we've done this week, but it is day 5, so we are ready for a challenge. And if you've enjoyed this week and got the wax carving bug, you would be a perfect candidate to join us for our 1-year diploma program in wax carved jewellery. It is an incredible course. It kicks off in September and runs for a full year, 1 day a week, so it's part-time, and you'll be learning how to train as a professional jeweler using wax techniques, but also working a lot in the metal once the pieces are cast, and lots of stone setting, so making both regular jewellery and fine jewellery using wax carving techniques. And it's really designed for somebody who wants to start and grow a jewellery business using this style of wax jewellery making, both the build-up technique and the carving. So if you'd like to find out more about it, there is a link in your notes, or you can go to jewellersacademy.com/wax carving, and we are excited to get started with you there. But for now, enjoy today. I hope you really love this tutorial. It's quite detailed and in-depth. It's by the wonderful Sterios Karantonas. So enjoy, have some fun, and thank you for being here, whether you join us for any other courses or not. It's been wonderful to have you as part of the community this week. We have lots of free projects and challenges, and we also have individual courses you can sign up to in both wax and other types of jewellery making. So do check them out. Have a wonderful time, and I will see you on another course very soon.
Welcome, my name is Stelios Karantonas. Today we're going to do a signet ring made from blue wax. So we're going to create the shape of it, and we're going to work in wax. And now I'm going to bring all the lines, and I have to know where do I start to file. So first I'm going to choose what's the widest part of my ring. So the widest part of my ring normally is the top side, and now I'm going to do a round signet ring 1.5 centimeter. So first I'm going to open my divider to 1.5 centimeter, and then I'm going to scribe all the way around. Now I'm going to use a wax saw blade, put it into my saw frame, now I'm going to saw. I'm going to place my finger first where the line is. This saw blade is not gonna saw my finger, it's not gonna cut my finger. And also it's really nice to create a small groove, because at the beginning it's quite wobbly because this saw blade is twisted. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to create my first pilot. I'm going to take first my inside corner, and also I have my mind always to saw a little bit outside of the line, because the line is going to be my actual design. So I don't want to go there and then file down, because I'm gonna take from my design. And then I'm going slowly with this angle. I don't go through all the piece, because sometimes and normally I give different angle. So I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna spin the ring around. So I'm not gonna go out of the groove that I just created. I'm going to create a further groove next to my line. So this is going to be my groove and the pilot. I create a new groove, but still I don't go out. So this one helps me to be on the same line, and then spin around the ring slowly. And now, as you can see, I use specific that shape of tube for wax carving rings. So this one is going to allow me to have a nice Signet ring because I can have volume on the top. And now also I'm going there. So this is the flat side, so I need to clean the white wax dust so I can have clearly the line in front of me. And then I don't go out, as you can see, with the angle that I hold the saw blade. I don't go out. And like I said, this one allows me to keep a perfect and straight line. And in this way, where did I start? I just meet my lines there. So now it's flat, and I'm going to meet the lines, and I just create the first small groove all the way around with a line inside. So the actual piece is this one, and I'm going to keep saw all the wax with exactly the same way. So this one allows me now to cut my piece in different angles. So after that, if I cut it in different angle, I might need to apply loads, or I might take volume from my piece that I want from the actual design. I'll keep doing this. It's a little bit patient, but still, once I get there, it's much better to go than I cut it through straight, to cut it through like this. And slowly, slowly now I can feel it is moving, and I just cut it there. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to use a thick sandpaper, and then I'm going to hold the side, and then like the figure eight or infinity, I'm going, in this case I give equal pressure. Some are flat, I need a flat bottom, flat side, and infinity or figure eight. I recommend 130 or 60 grit of sandpaper for the first one, so it's really nice and you can enter fast. And where do I want to end? I want to end just on my line. So I force down, and I check all the sides, because I don't want to cross the line from one side and not to the other. Just like now here is on the line, here I have a little bit more. So I'm going to force a little bit more on the back side of the ring. This one helps me to clean the deep scratches from the saw while I saw it, and also helps me to make it flat and to start to work with it. I think now I'm just on the line, perfect. And now I'm going to give the size. That's the next step. I'm having the sizer. So sizer has a blade here. The size that I want to give, every sizer has different numbers, so it depends where are you from. But here, let's say it's a size 7. Size 7, if I want to give on my ring, it's not gonna be there, and it's not gonna be there. It's going to be in the middle of the ring. So this is the size 7. Here is 6.5, and here is 6. Now I'm gonna do for my pinky finger. I don't dig that much. I use like a sharpener. I am going to use the pressure that I use a pencil with a sharpener. Otherwise I'm going to create deep scratches. And once I do, because my sizer has angle, if I do approximately 10-15 times from one side, I need to flip the ring. otherwise the size is gonna take, the tube inside is gonna take angle. And I flip the ring and I give more or less the same times from the other side. Just hold it, now take it out and then check it because it's for my finger. And I'm gonna keep doing this until I'm gonna give the right size. Normally the wax pieces, they shrink, but they shrink really small percentage, so it's not that obvious, so don't be afraid. Just give the right size for yourself. And I check this side as well. Check inside if it looks equal for both sides. And perfect. What's the next step? I need to bring all the volume of the wax proportion the ring size. Otherwise, this one is gonna end really thick on my finger. Now I'm going to choose 2mm thickness on my metal, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to have my ruler and the divider. Divider is one of the most important things making wax, and I'm going to open my divider to 2mm. Check that I want 2mm. I place from one side and I count 2, perfect. And then now what do? I just scribe all the way around of my size. Be careful, don't scratch the inside, because this is the final size, and even if I have the tiny scratch, it's gonna come up in metal. And the inside, I don't wanna scratch it, because this size is final. If you're afraid for scratches, just leave it a little bit smaller, and then once you end, you give the right size. Now I just create the bottom side, but how I'm going to create the top side? I'm going to open my divider again. From the point of the diameter of the circle, I need to touch my divider, and I'm going to bring up one line. From the company, the tube sometimes doesn't come even. So from this side, mine's this side, so but from the other side, like it is here as well, it's not the same. I need to close it, and I need from the diameter point to bring up high over there. And like I did this side, I always do both sides. And I'm going to try here, yes. And this way, I need to open it a little bit. And to give, and now I need to file down all this volume. I'm going to use a rough file, and I'm going to start filing until I go just a little bit before the line. Now it's really important, when it's flat side, I'm using a flat movement, and also I don't use my file with angle. This one might looks fine from here, but if I use angle, might cross the line from the other side. So that's why it's really good and important to check always both sides, that I don't cross the lines. So here I'm on the line, and here I'm getting to the line, so I'm gonna focus more in this side, and probably my angle needs to change a little bit. Also here is flat side, and I'm going flat and straight. Now here is a curve, I just need the curve moves. I don't go like this, because in this case I create lots of facets and I don't have the result that I want. And just one united movement and curve move, just like the curve that I'm following and I want to end. And now I want to have just one reflection on my piece. and then I'll keep doing the same thing, round. Also check both sides that I don't cross lines. For example, here is near to the line, here is quite far from the line, so I'm just gonna focus there as well. And still curve moves. Here is flat, and I'm gonna use flat and straight movements till I'm gonna end to the line, and check always the other side as well. Here is near there. I'm gonna do this, and then just to make it look nice and even, curve moves to bring those two sides. So I just finished this side. I've brought everything proportion the size hole, and then now how I'm going to give the wedge shape, or you can say the V shape on the side, which is really important, because if I go and leave it like this, when I'm going to move, it's not comfortable, and I need to have quite thinner the bottom. And now what do? Check always if I did the right thing. So if I leave it on the table, probably I'm gonna see this side is a little bit higher. Before I go to start to scribe as well, I need to bring this one to make it flat. Just I'm gonna focus a little bit more there, and now looks better and good. And I don't really care now that precise to go, because anyway I'm going to get rid of this volume, but still a nice and even shape. It's going to help me to bring perfect and better the center points. Now what do? I'm going to bring the V shape, like I said. What do I need to do? I need to find the center point again. And how I'm gonna do this? I'm gonna try one side, that's one side of my divider, and just a little bit scribe. I don't want deep scribe, because this one's gonna stay for after, but one side and the other side, they're still so long to touch each other. What that means, I need to open it a little bit until those sides, they fit perfect together. So I need to make them meet in the middle. So there and there, still they don't touch, they have quite long to go. So I'm gonna open it a little bit again, and I'm going to scribe a little bit. Still just a little bit left, both sides, to see when I touch the middle point. And I'm going to open it a little bit, and there, awesome. Now they touch each other, and now this is my center point. I don't need to dig, just a little bit to use it as my driver. So this is the center point of my ring now. If one side is wobbly, the center point is gonna come wobbly as well, so that's why it's really important to be flat. And then I just did this side, and I need to check now how wide I need the bottom of my ring. So I'm going to choose 4 millimeter wide. So what that means, 4 millimeter wide, it's going to be from the middle point 2 millimeters this side and 2 millimeters for the other side. So this one makes 4 millimeters, and they are exactly in the middle of the ring. So what I'm going to do, from my middle point, I'm going to place it on the ruler, wherever the middle point is. And then I'm going to open 2 millimeters, 1 and 1 more 2. So from the middle point, I'm going to add from one side 2 and from the other side 2. So now I'm going to use a scribe on this side. I'm going to scribe the 2 mil, and then from the other side I'm going to scribe the other 2 mil. So this is exactly in the middle and it's perfect 4 millimeters thickness. Now I'm not going to bring it up here, somewhere a little bit lower than the hole, somewhere 1 millimeter lower than the hole. So I'm going to use my divider and I'm gonna touch the top and I'm gonna leave 1 millimeter, let's say, lower, so it can go in. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to scribe one side and I'm going to scribe the other side as well, and you will see why I do this in a second. And now by the eye I'm going to choose the way that I want to look my ring on the side. So you might want to have it curved, and also this one I do it with my hand, there is no pattern on this. I'm just gonna scribe, and from the bottom until this point, because if I go a little bit higher, so that means I cross the ring size, and when I file this part I'm gonna open the ring size and this one ends a little bit bigger size. So this is good if I have secure under this, so I'm not gonna file and I'm not gonna open the size of the ring. So now I'm just choosing to bring from the bottom till the top, and I'm gonna do it flat. So if you want a curve, you can do a nice curve with your hand, scribe a nice curve, and do exactly the same thing from the bottom until this point where the line meets the end of the wax. I'm going to choose to do a curved one, as I already described it, and how deep you want the curve or how shallow you want the curve it's up to you. It's all about design, and then you can realize probably from the reflections that I'm trying to do. And then whatever I did from one side, I'm going to do it from the other side as well. And then from this side I'm going to bring a nice curve, trying to match from the curve from the other side. And then I can make it more precise when I'm starting to file it, but I need a good driver at the moment. And then just bring it there. And I'm going to check if these curves, they look equal, both sides. And now I'm going to file it down, and I'm going to use the round side of my file to create the curve here, and here it's quite flat, as you can see. So over there I'm going to use the flat side of the file. And now I'm going to place the ring on the beige back steady. Where the curve starts, I'm going to place my finger, so I'm not going to cross this part. Otherwise, if I cross the line where the curve starts, I'm going to create like steps, which is not the desired result that I want. And I'm just filing down the moment forwards, backwards, until I go close to the line, but not on the line. Now I just getting close to the straight line, so I'm going to create the curved side, which I'm going to place my fingers as much as I can next to the line there, because I don't want to cross this line now, and I'm using the round side. And I'm just bringing it down. And really important, I need to check that I don't cross the lines both sides. I just finished one side. It's really important not to cross the lines, because if I go deeper here it's gonna be wider, and here it's gonna be deeper, and then it's gonna be like wave and doesn't look equal and nice. Now the first part, always when I file, actually it's really important, my piece needs to be steady. I never file in the air, because this one there's nothing steady and I'm not able to force in the right way. So always my piece steady. So the first side was really nice and easy, because I had flat side and touches the flat side of the bench peg, and I can do it easy. Now this side, it's not the right way to do this, because once I'm starting to getting closer to the line and I force, probably I'm going to crack or snap somewhere the band or the signet ring. What I'm going to do, I'm going to hold it there, so this side touches the bottom of the flat side of the bench peg, and then the rest I support it with my fingers. And then I'm going to do exactly the same thing like I did to the other side. The most common mistakes are if you don't place your finger here. I'm going to take and to cross the line for the curve, and this one is going to look like step after. And the other one is when I file with the round side, I cross the line from the flat side, and still over there it's gonna be, like I said before, quite wobbly. Oh, really important, check the lines both sides. If too much dust and you're not able to see the lines, use a toothbrush, an old one toothbrush, and put it under the water, and with cold water just brush this away. They're gonna leave in a second, and then dry it and keep filing. Nearly there. Really important now, because probably you can feel it, it's getting smaller, it's getting thinner, so it starts to get squeezy. So It's really, really important to check how pressure we apply on it. Not to break it or not to crack it. And now I'm just getting there. So all my lines, I need a little bit from this side, a little bit more. Now it looks nice and even. I don't worry to bring all these scribe lines that precise, because I need to file much more. This is just the 50% of the work that I need to do. And now, what I'm going to do, really, really important, is now I'm going to do the circle. First of all, I need to find the middle point again. And now I'm going to find it like a cross. I need to find this side middle point and this side's middle point. So now I'm going to do the same thing, trying to find the center point. There and there, to close it there and there, a little bit more, there and there. Perfect. So it's somewhere here, and then this, the other side, there and there, a little bit more, here and here. So my middle point is over there. What I need to do now, with my divider again, I'm going to use like a compass from the smallest side, hold it steady flat, and I'm going to use it from the smallest size a little bit more inside, and then now from my middle point I'm going to create a circle. And now with my file again, now I need to find the way to hold the piece, because if I place it like this into the bench peg, don't forget it's not metal, like this, it's not metal, it's just wax, so it's going to scratch the inside, or it's going to create dents and depths, which once we have them in wax, they're gonna come up in metal, and then it's not good to have them. And then I need to find a way, because every piece is different, every piece has different angle, so I need to hold with my fingers, support on my bench peg, and then first I'm going to create a curve. It's good if you unblock once in a while the file, too much wax, and then first I'm going with angle to go all the way just a little bit out of the circle, approximately half of millimeter, but still I'm going to create this angle. So this is going to be my driver as well, not to give that much attention after for the circle until I need to finalize it and to make it perfect, roughly till there. So because it's different angle, so I can see different reflection, so this is always good, and it's gonna help me to stop before I go there and cross the line of my circle. If you want it square, you are going to do exactly the same with divider, find the right points and create the square exactly in the middle. Or if you wanted an oval with the stencils, you can find the oval in this way or on the other side, and we still do exactly the same process. So now I have untouched my circle in the middle, and my angle is a little bit far from it. And now what do? I'm trying to take down the corners, and I'm just filing down towards the circle now. So I'm gonna start from a point somewhere here, somewhere, let's say, in the middle of the ring. From there I'm gonna start to give all the curves to the circle. So it depends of the circle that you have, the size that you have, all those things we're gonna come and fix some differences and the details later. But first I need to bring all my movements towards the circle and to make them look nice and even. So that's why I start to give first, because it's quite obvious now where I have to stop, even if I don't give that much attention. Because most important for me now is just to get rid of the volume over there where the corners were. But still all the movements are towards the circle. I'm going to do the same thing from the other side as well. Try to get rid of all the corner volume here and start to make it round, following my ring. And make it look more even. And all of these things according to the shape that I have on the top of my ring. Now I'm going all the way around the circle, and I'm trying to give a better shape to the piece. So over there I start to realize better the final shape that I'm going to have, because till then everything looks a wax volume. Give it time. Wax needs time to see the final results. So now I start slowly, I'm getting closer to the circle with curve moves, and really careful, because not even the tiny wrong file am I go inside, which I don't want to. And then I'm doing the same thing from the other side. I start to take these bits now slowly, these kind of corners, because if you see it from the top, I want it to look nice and even according to the circle. And I'm going to do the same from this side. Carefully check that I don't cross the line. just on the line here, so I need to be careful over there in the future. But still, if you check it from the side, still has lots of volume up here. It's all about design now as well, but normally doesn't come with that volume, so I need to file it down. And I'm gonna give these sides as well filing. And now it's all about playing a game with the volume and trying to see which bits you don't like them. Sometimes it's all about design as well. Still really careful, trying not to touch the top of the circle, the side of the circles. But still I need to work close to it. Now starts to look nicer, and I'm going to give curve into the square side of my band to make it look a little bit more even with the rest. When I'm looking at it, I want to look exactly the same. Here it's more volume, so here I need to get rid of a little bit more. You can see the way that I use the file and the movements that it takes. And now it's all about detail. And make it look perfect and equal all the sides. Just be patient, and we're getting there. It's all about understanding the volume and give it time, the first 3-4 pieces, and then after the 4th, 5th one, everything is going to be really easy. So you're going to understand more the material and the shape how we're going to work with. It's quite volume here now, and we're getting soon there. And then once I finish the filing, I'm going to smooth it with sandpaper, or also you can use steel wool, and then it's ready for casting. Now I'm just gonna give the perfect circle shape on my circle scribe. And then I'm just a little bit with fine sandpaper, which I'm going to rub on my file. I want it tight on the flat side. I'm going to clean my top from the scratches, because every single scratch is gonna come up in metal after. And then I'm going to keep the center point, and you can cast it plain. We can make it smooth better, because even these tiny scratches, they're gonna come up, but I would like it a little bit rough. And I'm going to create a vinyl record, and so I'm going to open my divider slowly, and I'm gonna start to make, gonna open it a little bit more, and I'm going to create loads of circles. Awesome. And now I'm just going to add the stylus. And then I'm going to smooth it with a really fine sandpaper all the way around. I just need a good rubbing. Now, because it's full of curves, I'm just using sandpaper on my fingers, because I want the angles and everything. So this is gonna help to smooth every single facet and to make it look equal. Also, steel wool might helps, or woven ties. And we rub it on our fingers, and we just rub the wax and trying to get rid of every single scratch. After I'm happy with it, it's ready to be sent it for casting. I just finished this one. I'm gonna send it for casting, and once I take it back in silver, it's gonna look like this. So more I smooth it in wax, better results I'm gonna take. Even a tiny scratch, it's gonna come up in metal, and then in metal it's quite difficult to take it out. Also, the way that it comes back is with a sprue. From here the liquid metal went through, and now this one is quite short, so if it's quite long, sometimes I need a saw blade to cut it close to the ring though, but not on the ring, because we might change the shape of the ring. And now this is quite short, and I'm going just to file it down. And now I can place it here, because it's really strong and solid. It's metal, so I'm not going to damage it, and I'm just going to file down the sprue. I'm using the angles that I did the wax before. I'm gonna give the curve and round, otherwise it's gonna end flat on this bit where the sprue is. and it's not gonna look nice. And I'm gonna file it down until I see that I start to take a little bit from the ring as well. So I start to go there, slowly, slowly. I can see the reflections going around. I don't force now, I'm a little bit careful because I don't want to take the volume. I just want to make them the same level. I don't want to change the shape. Just a little bit careful there as well. Depends also how fine your piece is. This is quite solid, so I can use still this same kind of rough file. But if the piece is really, really fine, I'm gonna stop using this rough file, and I was going to use a little bit more fine. And then I'm just gonna check it looks everywhere equal. Here I can see a small part. I'm gonna get rid of this. Awesome. And now I'm going to use 240 sandpaper, and I'm gonna make it a little bit to look more equal. And I'm gonna go to get rid of every single scratch that I have from the wax. And came up on the metal. Now with the 240 I can force down as well. I can force, it doesn't really matter. It's not gonna change anything. I'm just trying to get rid of scratches. If I don't have scratches, I'm just gonna go to do the final finishing that I want to give. And I'll just get rid of all the scratches, and I'm going with a green Scotch-Brite. I'm gonna make the same effect, and I'm going to make it matte. If I have scratches, if I realize that I have scratches, because green sandpaper gives fine finish matte, I'm going to get rid of them with a file, very topic, very to the point. And then I'm going from the top to give the finish. And wherever I see other scratches, I'm stop, and just get rid of them. you can spend a little bit more time. I will polish it, and while you give this finish,